The jungles of Valora 7 were a cathedral of living shadows. Vines thicker than a man's torso swayed lazily in the perpetual mist, their tips dripping with bioluminescence. Insects the size of knives hummed between glowing blossoms, and somewhere in the distance, something massive bellowed, a sound that made even the ground shiver. Lieutenant Marcus Hale crouched low, brushing sweat from his brow as his helmet scanner flickered. The mission had sounded simple enough on Earth. Survey Valora 7 for potential settlement, establish first contact with the locals, and confirm reports of hostile megafauna. What the brass didn't say was that the locals were wary, secretive, and terrified of something that stalked their world. His guide, a tall alien girl with emerald-hued skin patterned like living tattoos, halted suddenly. She raised her hand, webbed fingers curling in a signal that Marcus had already learned to interpret. "Stop." "Human," she whispered, her voice melodic yet edged with urgency. "Beyond this ridge it roams." Marcus adjusted his rifle, scanning the undergrowth. "What roams?" Her amber eyes flicked to him, sharp and fearful. "The beast of the hollow. We do not speak its true name. Kills anything man, alien, machine. Nothing survives when it hunts." Marcus frowned. "Then why the hell are we walking toward it?" "Because you insisted," she snapped, frustration in her voice. "Your people came to our world, asking to understand it. This is the truth of Valora. But know this, if it sees us it will kill us both." The first encounter. The ridge gave way to a basin cloaked in mist. Trees bowed inward as if revering some unseen master. The alien girl, Leora she had introduced herself, moved like a shadow, her spear strapped across her back, her gaze fixed on every flicker of movement. Marcus followed, boots crunching against the damp soil. Then the air changed. It wasn't sound, it was weight. The kind of pressure that pressed down on instincts older than language. Even Marcus, who had faced artillery fire and ship crashes, felt his gut twist with primal fear. Something moved in the mist. The outline grew larger, towering, monstrous. At first, Marcus thought it was another tree moving in the wind. But then he saw the glowing eyes. Two orbs of molten gold, cutting through the fog. "Down!" Leora hissed, dragging him into the roots of a fallen tree. The beast stepped into view. It was unlike anything Marcus had seen in his life. Its body was feline yet reptilian, covered in plates of obsidian scales that shimmered faintly. Its shoulders rose higher than a human transport, and its jaws could have swallowed a man whole. But what chilled Marcus most wasn't its size. It was the intelligence in its eyes. The beast sniffed the air. Trees bent under its weight as it prowled closer. Marcus' finger hovered over his rifle trigger. "If it comes closer, do not shoot." Leora grabbed his wrist. Her nails bit into his skin. "You will only make it angry. Nothing survives its rage." The beast paused. Its massive head turned toward their hiding place. Marcus froze, barely daring to breathe. The golden eyes locked onto him. Then, to his utter disbelief, the creature padded forward and sat. It lowered its bulk onto the earth like a loyal hound, curling its tail around its claws, eyes still locked on Marcus. "What the hell?" Marcus muttered. Leora's expression was unreadable. "This is impossible. Slaughters everything. Why does it bow to you?" The bond. 4 hours. The beast did not move except to follow them. When Marcus stood, it rose. When he walked, it trailed him, each step silent despite its size. When he stopped, it curled once again at his feet. Leora's unease deepened with every passing moment. "This is wrong. The hollow beast is death itself. My people perform rites to keep it away." Yet it stays with you, as if. As if what? Marcus asked. As if you are its chosen. Marcus chuckled dryly. I didn't sign up to be anyone's chosen. Especially not for a walking nightmare. But as the hours stretched, Marcus couldn't deny what was happening. The beast ignored every other creature they encountered, never once threatening him. At one point, a swarm of razor-winged predators descended on them. Leora raised her spear, Marcus raised his rifle. But the beast leapt first. Its jaws snapped, wings shredded, and the swarm dissolved into torn fragments. Then, like a dog eager for approval, it dropped the remains at Marcus' feet. You see, Leora whispered, shaken. It protects you. That is unthinkable. Marcus knelt, meeting the creature's gaze. Its golden eyes blinked slowly like a cat's. For the briefest second, Marcus felt something in his mind. Not words, not thoughts, but a sensation. Recognition. You're not just a beast, are you? He murmured. The eyes blinked again. Whispers of the past. That night, they made camp in the roots of a massive glow tree. The beast lay nearby, its massive form coiled like a living wall. Leora refused to sleep, her spear clenched in her hands. My people's legends say the hollow beast was not born of this world, she said quietly, staring at the flames. They say it was created, an ancient weapon of war, left behind when the Sky Kings abandoned us. Marcus raised a brow. A bioweapon. She nodded slowly. One that turned on its masters. For centuries it has been our curse. It kills with no reason, no mercy. Until now. Marcus looked at the creature, which had raised its head to watch him again. If it's a weapon, maybe it recognizes me. Humans build plenty of things like this, machines meant for war. Maybe it thinks I'm the same. Or maybe, Leora said, her voice trembling, it has chosen you for something far greater. And that terrifies me. The turning point. Days passed. Word spread among Leora's people. When she finally brought Marcus and the beast to her village, panic erupted. Warriors raised their weapons, children screamed, and elders cried out ancient warnings. It should not be here, one of the elders shouted. It brings ruin. But when the beast lowered its head at Marcus' command, not attacking, the fear turned into something else, something Marcus recognized instantly. Oh! The elders whispered among themselves. Some called it heresy. Others called it prophecy. For generations, they had feared the hollow beast. Now it followed a human like a guardian. But not all were convinced. Rival tribes, hearing of the impossible, declared Marcus a fraud. They said he was no chosen one, only a trickster who would doom them all. And so the challenge came. Trial. On the plain outside the village, hundreds gathered. Rival warriors demanded proof. They released one of their greatest war creatures, a tusked leviathan bred for battle, armored in bone and fury. The ground shook as it charged. Marcus' rifle was useless. Even the villagers' spears would shatter against its hide. Leora turned to him, desperate. Command the beast. If it truly serves you, prove it now. Marcus swallowed hard, glancing at the golden eyes beside him. He didn't speak in words. He didn't know how. But he thought, protect. The beast roared. The sound split the sky, a thunderous cry that made even the leviathan falter. Then it pounced. The battle was brutal. Claws against tusks, scales against bone. The leviathan gored the beast's flank, but the beast ripped through its throat with a single crushing bite. Blood soaked the earth. When the dust cleared, the hollow beast stood victorious. Yet once again it returned to Marcus' side, lowering its head at his feet. The crowd fell silent. Then slowly they knelt. The new path. From that day everything changed. Marcus was no longer just a soldier stranded on an alien world. He was the human who tamed death itself. Tribes once divided by fear and bloodshed began to gather, united by a strange new hope. Leora stood by him always, both awed and wary. "Do you understand what you've done?" she asked one evening as they overlooked the plains. The beast lay curled nearby, its wounds already healing. "You've given them a symbol, a reason to believe. But symbols are dangerous things, Marcus. They can unite or they can destroy." Marcus looked at the horizon, where villages lit fires of celebration. He thought of Earth, of the brass who had sent him here expecting only data. What would they think if they knew he had bonded with something like this? "I didn't choose this," he said quietly. "But maybe it chose me. And maybe that means I have to see it through." The beast lifted its head, golden eyes gleaming in the firelight. Marcus met its gaze, and again, he felt that strange sensation in his mind. Not just recognition this time, but trust. The ending. Months later, when Earth ships finally returned to Valora 7, they expected a frightened survey team. Instead, they found villages united, tribes forging alliances, and at the center of it all, a human soldier standing beside the legendary hollow beast, now tamed. Reports flew across the stars. Some called Marcus a savior. Others called him a heretic who had bonded with a weapon too dangerous to exist. But to the people of Valora, he was something else entirely. He was proof that even the most terrible force of destruction could choose a different path, if given a reason. And as the hollow beast rested at his feet, golden eyes burning with quiet loyalty, Marcus realized something. Sometimes, humanity's greatest strength wasn't its weapons or its technology. It was the ability to offer a hand instead of a fist, and to be trusted in return.